Here we have it, the Google Pixel 8a, the latest phone coming out of Google's headquarters. It's causing all the commotion, and it has, of course, 4 fancy new colors. I have the aloe color, which is nice because it has this color coordinated camera bar there. But I have a lot of thoughts and feelings on it. It's available now. You can get it for $499, and I'll tell you if I think it's worth it in this video. If you've seen my other videos, you already know the answer. But anyway, before we get into that, I do want to say if this is your first time stopping by the channel, thank you for being here. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Let's take a look at the Pixel 8a. Here we have the Pixel 8a in all of its glory. I have taken it out of the box. You can see here it does have this matte kind of frosted appearance. It is a plastic back. It is not glass, and it doesn't show fingerprints, and it actually has kind of a nice texture to it, but I do think it makes the phone feel a little bit on the cheap side, especially when you go from glass then to this plastic feeling. I don't know, not crazy about it, but I do like the color. This is the aloe color. They also have the bay color, the bay blue. They have the porcelain, and they have, I think it's charcoal or obsidian, the black color. So those are colors that you get. I don't normally do unboxing stuff, but we'll make this short, sweet, and to the point if I can get the box back open. So this cover was on the phone. It protects it while it's in transit. So here we have the charging cable, USB-C to USB-C. There is no charging adapter in the box. You do have this USB adapter. You can use this for your transfer cables and for data and things like that. And then inside here on the back side we have the SIM ejector tool. And there should be some poor excuse for some documentation in here. If I can get it open. Yeah, so apparently they feel the need to put this in there for whatever reason. So that's all that we have in the box. So here we have the two side by side, Pixel 8, Pixel 8a. Now on the back of the Pixel 8 you have the Gorilla Glass Victus, which is nice. And then you have the plastic back on the 8a, which of course has this matte finish. You can see glossy finish, matte finish. So I do like the finish, I just don't like it. It feels really cheap to me, so there is that. You can see the camera bars, pretty similar here, not a whole lot of changes, but you do have the 50 megapixel camera here, the same as the Pixel 8 Pro, and the 13 megapixel ultra wide, I believe. And then you have the 64 megapixel camera that was in the Pixel 7a, along with the 12 megapixel ultra wide. So you do have overall better cameras here, higher quality than what you get over here, but the Pixel 8a still has very serviceable cameras. So on the front, big difference you're going to see here, one you can't see is this one is Gorilla Glass Victus on the Pixel 8, and the Pixel 8a, it has Gorilla Glass 3. So there's a big difference there. And then take a look at these bezels. It's crazy. Like the Pixel 8 has a fairly normal sized bezel, if even a little large for, I think, most phones these days. And I know they always get flack for their bezels, but this is the Pixel 8. And then you put it in next to the Pixel 8a and you're like, holy cow, look at the difference in these bezels. It looks like there's a screen floating inside of a screen on the Pixel 8a. And then of course you have 15-watt wireless charging here. You have reverse wireless charging with the Pixel 8. And then you go over to the Pixel 8a, it has 7.5-watt wireless charging, and it has no reverse wireless charging. They both have about a 5,000 milliamp battery, both USB-C. And yeah, so there's just a bunch of differences here. Also, you have IP68 with the Pixel 8, which is the best you can get for water and dust resistance. You only have IP67 with the Pixel 8a. So after we've seen these side by side, let's go back for some more discussion. So the Pixel 8a is very close to what you get with the Pixel 8, except it's not. And if you take a look at both of these phones side by side, they have a lot of similarities. Like there's a lot of different things going on, but by and large, this is a more premium version of this phone. So they are both powered by the Google Tensor G3, which is a perfectly good chip in this price range. I think that the Tensor G3 is a good chip for both of these phones. However, this is a $699 phone, which has been on sale for $549 and $499 for the last couple of months, and now Google has come out with the Pixel 8a, and they want you to pay $499 for it. That is a fundamental problem, especially since the A series is supposed to be very budget, and I just don't feel like $500 is a budget phone. I had this objection with the Pixel 7a last year. I have especially this objection this year. So I'm going to leave that there. That's all I'm going to say about that for now. But anyway, so they are very similar. but there's a lot of stuff that if you look underneath the surface or you know what these actual specs are, then you're like, okay, the Pixel 8 is a better deal. So for one, this one has the better camera that you get also in the Pixel 8 Pro. This has the 64 megapixel camera that was in the Pixel 7a last year. Also, the Pixel 8 does macro mode. The Pixel 8a does not do macro mode. And I love macro mode, so I'm glad it's on the 8. It's not on the 8a. So you've got a plastic back on here. Now, it does have a matte finish on it, which is really nice because it doesn't look all glossy like this one. So you get the matte back on here, but it's plastic. You have a plastic back versus Gorilla Glass Victus on the back, and then when you turn around to the front, you have Gorilla Glass 3 versus you have Gorilla Glass Victus on the Pixel 8. So that is a significant difference there. Then you have IP68 with the Pixel 8. You have IP67 with the Pixel 8a. And then with the Pixel 8a, you don't have reverse wireless charging, and you only have 7.5 watts of wireless charging, as opposed to reverse wireless charging and 15 watts of wireless charging with the Pixel 8. They both have 128 gigabytes of storage. They both have 8 gigabytes of RAM. They both have the 2000 nits brightness screen. They both have full 1080p and 120 hertz refresh rate. But here's something I want you to see. When you take a look at these phones side by side, take a look at this screen, and then take a look at this screen. What do you see? Look how big these bezels are on the Pixel 8a as opposed to the Pixel 8. Like, that's some gigantic bezels. And I don't really understand the logic behind it because it looks like there's just a screen setting aside where a screen should be on the phone. I'm like, why in the world would they do this? I mean, I guess it was to save money. I don't know how much money they saved, but there's a significant difference there. And it's interesting because the Pixel 8a has a 6.1 inch screen. The Pixel 8 has a 6.2 inch screen. If I go from memory, let me double check. Yep, 6.2 inch screen. But the reality is they're basically the same size. And indeed, the Pixel 8 almost feels a little narrower to me, even though... is it? So it might be about the same or maybe just a hair narrower. The Pixel 8 is versus the 8a, but because of these bezels, it basically makes the screen the same size. So it's interesting to me that they say it's a 6.1 inch screen, but then it has those giant bezels. Like, is it really a 6.2? I don't know. Are they measuring from edge to edge or from display? But when you take a look at them side by side, it's just really interesting choice. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are really dumbed down in this phone, and that's why I say it's just not worth it. Because, like I said, the Pixel 8, it'll be back on sale, and then you have this other quandary. Because if they lower the price of the Pixel 8, they're probably going to lower the price of the Pixel 8a. So then you're just chasing the price down, and then you're like, well, there's still going to be that disparity. If you can get the Pixel 8a for $400 or less, I think it's probably a pretty decent deal. If you pay more than that, I think you should get the Pixel 8. Now, here's the thing. In a couple of months, the Pixel 8a is going to be back to $499. And then they'll probably drop the Pixel 8a down to $399. So it's like they start high, and then they want to skim off the top the people who are interested in the phone, and then turn around and they'll drop the price later. So then they'll try and get more sales. They're just trying to be more aggressive with it. So, I mean, I can't really fault them for that. It's just really, 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 really hard to say that $499 for this phone is a good deal when this phone was just $499 and $549 for like the last 2 or 3 months. Like, Google's been very aggressive with the pricing. Heck, you could get a Pixel 8 Pro for $799. That may still be the case. And that's a fantastic phone. Pixel 8 Pro for $799 is a very, very good deal. This phone at $499, $549, very good deal. This at $499 brand new, not a good deal. If you could get it for $399, if it drops to $349, that is a fantastic deal. Why? Because you still get the Tensor G3, you still get a very capable camera that's going to take some really good pictures, and you get 7 years of support. There's not a whole lot of other phones out there offering 7 years of support right now. So both of these phones give you 7 years of operating system updates, 7 years of security patches. That is fantastic. I mean, that's just a really good deal. So if you balance it out, I mean, even if we look at it, let me pull the calculator up. I'm bad at doing math in my head, and especially in public. So $599 divided by, how many months are in 7 years? I think we covered this the other day. 7 times 12 is 84. So $499 divided by 84 is $5.94 a month. So that comes out to a pretty good value proposition when you're talking about a phone that's supposed to be supported 7 years from now, has a very good camera in it, and has stock Android experience, and of course it has the AI features and things like that too. So I think there's a lot to like here. I just don't like that Google every year, well, they kept it at $499 this year, but they've been bringing the prices up on their phones. Like the flagship, they'll keep dropping it down in price for sales, but then they keep bringing the A series up more and more to where it's like, it's not really a good value proposition anymore. And there are other phones out there that I would recommend that you could get over this, like the Motorola ThinkPhone. I just made a video about that a couple days ago. $399, amazing phone. And then even they've had some deals on the S23 FE. The S23 FE is at that price is a pretty good deal too, $499, and I've seen it with some discounts and some deals on that too. So yeah, there are other phones that you could consider. Before it was like the Pixel A series stood alone. Best value of any phone you could buy at that price point, especially when it was the Pixel 3a, the Pixel 4a. Those were the good old days where you could get a great phone at a great price, supported well longer than any other phones that were available, and had the best camera flat out. And now it's like, well, there's a lot of competition, and the A series is $500. So it's one of those things where if you don't need it right now and you can hold off, if you wait a couple of months, by the time we get to the fall, Black Friday, this sucker's probably going to be $350. $350, $379, $399 at the most is what you'll be paying for this thing by the time we get to this fall. So it's one of those things where, yeah, if you got the Pixel 8 a few weeks ago, like I had said, the price was going to go back up because this phone was going to come out. If you listened to me a few weeks ago and you bought this one for $549, $499, then you won big. Like, that was a great deal for you. Now, when this one's like $699 and this one's $499, it's like, man, I should have got the 8, and I don't want to pay $499 for the 8A because I don't think that it's worth it, because there are some significant differences here in build quality, in overall capabilities. I mean, there's a lot of differences here that I really think the Pixel 8 is a much more premium device and much more worth it for the price point. Also, they both have about a 4,500 milliamp battery. It's going to last you, it should last you all day. So that's all I got in this video. I mean, it's great to have both of these in the studio. I'm thankful for Team Pixel for sending me this phone out. It got here today. I thought it wasn't going to get here tomorrow, so I do appreciate them sending this out so I can test it, which surprises me because I am very supportive of the Google brand, and I am supportive of the Pixel lines, and y'all know that I'm very, very harsh about some of the decisions that they make because sometimes they just don't make sense. And my loyalty is to my audience, not to the Google brand. So the fact that they keep me on Team Pixel, that they still sent me this phone, I appreciate that they value my input. And despite the fact that I can be very critical sometimes, they have not kicked me off the program. So anyway, I will have some more coverage on this later. That's all I got in this video. Just wanted to go ahead and touch base on this, talk about it, and yeah, that's pretty much all I got. The pre-order deals, I think they end today, the making of this video, because I think you can't get in the store till tomorrow, and they've got basically the $100 off at Amazon. Like, they don't have a price drop. They have a gift card. So you get a $100 gift card with Amazon, $100 gift card with Best Buy, $100 store credit with Google. I don't know how long that's going to last, but if you're interested, link in the description for that. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed the video, if you like this stuff, hit the like and the subscribe button, little notification bell. If you want updates when new videos come out, be sure to comment and all that stuff if you hate my videos, because you always do. But if you enjoy the video, leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you're interested in. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys next time.